I'm Cheryl Hamilton from Create with Cheryl, and today I have a Z-fold card to show you. This is a very simple, fun fold, and it's really pretty. And I love doing these, and it's a good way to show off your designer series paper. This paper is, let me see, Floral Delight from the Spring Mini Catalog. And I love the yellows and bright colors in it. It's really happy. So stay tuned and I'll show you how it's done. So I've got all my paper cut, and I'm starting with a card base of Old Olive cut at 4 1/4 by 11. So it's basically one sheet cut in half long ways. I'm gonna score it at 2 3/4. And at 5 1/2. That's kind of your basic Z fold that you can use a lot of times. Then I have, I cut one other piece of Old Olive, and it's 3 inches by 9 inches. I'm scoring it at 3 inches and at 6 inches. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fold it now and burnish it with my bone folder. Let me see, I'm folding it first on the halfway and then the score line right there, and folding it back towards the fold. This is kind of called mountain valley. See how this makes a mountain and this is a valley? Whenever you hear that, that's what they're referring to. So same thing with this. I'm going to do a mountain and then a valley, which is back the other way. You can hold it up and see that that's correct. Okay, I've cut lemon lolly. Let me see. I have the largest one is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Then I've cut two that are 4 1/8 times by 2 5/8, and I've cut 3 that are 2 7/8 squares. Okay, then I cut my designer series paper. I just chose 4 different ones, you know, and I really like the gingham. That's cute. I cut this one 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then, let me see, for these two, these are two, this one and that one that are in the back. There's my gingham one. So for these 2 sheets, I've cut them 4 inches by 2 1/2. And then the last one is just a green one that I put on the inside, and I've cut this 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, finally, you're almost done with your cutting. Cut some basic white cardstock, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. You want 2 of these. Okay, now I'm ready to do something with my card. Let me see. First, I'm just going to glue the pieces to the inside. I'm going to refer to my sample card here so that it's easy for me. And oops, goes this way. So I'm going to glue the gingham. It'd be fun to do it just all different ways, huh? And see how it turns out, because this would be really pretty too. But I'm sticking to my first plan. Don't use much of this glue and I use a little bit of glue about 1/4 inch away from the edge so that it doesn't seep out and make a mess. And this stuff holds really well once it dries. You have a few seconds to position it so it's straight. Okay, and then I have this one here. And finally, this one here. I mean, the other sides are so beautiful, but it would have been pretty busy. And I wanted to let the my stamping shine instead of the design series paper so much. Okay, I'm just going to set this aside for now. Now I'm ready to do some stamping. So I'm going to grab the 2 white squares I have, and one is the front, which is happy birthday, and then the inside, may all your wishes come true. Now these 2 sentiments come from Unbounded Love, okay? The happy birthday and the wishes one is here. And this is a great stamp set. I've used this many times, so you might take a look at that. I'm going to do the Old Olive first. I mean, the sentiments first, okay? So happy birthday. I know I have to do it over to the left side. So I'm stamping it in Old Olive and kind of leaning over to the left. Okay, and then the other one, May All Your Wishes Come True. That can go right in the middle, a little bit, yeah. Putting it a little bit high. Okay, those are great. Now the fun part, okay. My upline and Matashi really helped by making this chart. I'm not sure if she got it from someone else, but this is so helpful. Otherwise, you kind of struggle with where to put these. So this is a real nice chart to have. Starting with the branch, which I'm doing in Stamping in Pecan Pie. And I'm just going to put it way off to the side like this. Okay, number 2, I'm adding lemon lolly with the solid flowers. Okay, so they're pretty solid. So let me find that. Here it is. So because this is the solid part, I want it a little bit lighter than the outline. Now I'm lining up that little V flower thing at the top, and then I'm gonna move around until I think it's in the right place, you know. So that looks good. Okay, that's 2. The third one is that outlines. You can see there's just little, you know, it's not all solid. It's just an accent. I'm going to stamp in Daffodil Delight. And it's the same thing. This is the top up here. And I'm just kind of looking. Oh, there's the top. These 2 little lines up there, I think, are the top of the branch. And then I'm just seeing that everything avoids covering up the branch. Ooh, I did it. Yay. And last thing is some leaves. And I'm going to stamp this little one. The one with more leaves is at the bottom. This is just 2 little leaves on top. Stamping in Old Olive. And, okay, let me just figure it out. So I'm going to put leaves on the right side, and then I'm just staring at it, making sure it looks like it's going to be in a good spot. Yeah, I think that looks great. This chart really helps. So there's one of them, and this one I just want to put a flower on the bottom. So this set is actually what you would call 2-step stamping. You can see way down there 2-step, and that means that, you know, you're going to stamp an image and then you're going to go right on top of it with something else. So I'm stamping this one in Lemon Lolly, and then I'm going with the outline with Daffodil Delight, which is just a little bit darker. Now I've marked where I think the top is. You can see a little black, it's kind of worn off, but a little black mark up there. So that is going to help me line up the second one. So let me see, that was Lemon Lolly. I'm doing Daffodil Delight, trying to line up this big one. There you go. So that's how it's done. I'm gonna get everything out of the way and stick them on my card now. Okay, now I'm ready to glue everything on my smaller piece, the inside card. So let me see, I'll start with Lemon Lolly squares. I guess on all three of them. Okay, and then looks like this one has the white. The middle is yellow and the green. And then I've got a happy birthday here. Guess what I did? Shoot, I forgot these pieces. So I'll put something in the videos to stop you guys and remind you to put these behind, because look, I mean, it still looks so pretty. It's just that this is just a step up, you know, with the yellow behind all the Designer Series paper. So I'll put a thing in there, but that's why these are sitting here, and this one's different. Okay, so to do this, let me just make sure I remember what I'm doing. I'm going to glue on the back of here in the middle of my gingham. Yep, let me do that. And then so just get it centered and straight. That looks good. When it's pretty dry, you're going to open this part up and fold the main card under it, and you're going to actually glue half of this flap. You know, you're going to put glue just on this part and glue it onto there. I like to do that, but just put a line here because I can't, you know, because I can't tell how far to go down. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. And just shut it. Close it all up. Make sure you don't have ink on your fingers. That happens all the time in class. People get all inky and then kind of mess up the pretty card they're making. Okay, so isn't that pretty? One last thing to do is my bee embellishments. These are called tiny bee trinkets, and they're very cute and super small so that you won't even have to add extra postage when you when you mail it out. They're pretty flat. So I'm gonna I'm kind of rolling up a glue dot a little bit because the bees are so small, and deciding where I'm going to put them. I'll put one right next to the birthday and just pick it up with the putty part of my take your pick tool. I really like using that a lot. So I'll put them down there, kind of squish them down. There's another one. We're going to make him fly this way. And again, I'm squishing it a little bit because these bees are small. Oops. And one more. There you go. Isn't that so pretty? And that's not even the fanciest one. Here's the one with the extra lemon lolly layers. Okay, so I hope you guys give this card a try. It's a great style and a pretty way to use up your designer series papers. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Aloha.